The Greater Manchester Public and Community Involvement and Engagement Forum was set up with the ambition to support public involvement leaders from diverse backgrounds and different organisations across the city region. The forum is made up of voluntary and community groups that work together to make involvement and engagement opportunities more accessible and inclusive. This network of different groups and leaders are both staff and members of the public who are committed to working together to share knowledge, resources, and new ways of doing things for the better. An example of these leaders are Health Innovation Manchester, the Applied Research Collaboration, universities across Greater Manchester, health and social care providers, and grassroots leaders.
Thanks, Joanna. We've got about 80 members of the forum now, and we worked collaboratively to produce, plan and deliver this week's activities. There's lots of benefits for being part of the forum, not just working with Joanna and I. The first being that it's the real ability to be able to share opportunities of involvement across the networks. We imagine it like a bit of a spider's web, where one opportunity can be circulated and circulated again and then again. And this means that more public members across Greater Manchester find out about the work that all forum members are involved in. It's a great place to make connections as well. We meet monthly since the pandemic and lockdown to be able to share resources and tips and learning about how to work online and the different ways that we were working. And those connections have grown with some of our community members. You'll find out later in the week from the two Pauls about how their collaboration has come together on our Creative Thursday session. And really it's a space for sharing our learning and our resources. Hi Angela, thanks for joining us. Would you like to tell us about yourself?
Hi, yes, well, yeah, I'm Angela. I'm a public contributor. I have been a public contributor for about 10, 11 years. I started because I was particularly interested in various conditions because of things that were going on in my family. And I have worked, I suppose, with people from different backgrounds as well.
Thank you, Angela. And then you joined the Greater Manchester Public Community Involvement and Engagement Forum a while ago. How have you found being a public contributor within the forum?
Well, I have to say this has been a really interesting experience, because I have had the opportunity to meet a whole range of people from different backgrounds, different ages, people who have done an awful lot of work, voluntary work as well, within different communities, and have a lot of experience to share. So I feel that this is actually really important to me, because it actually gives me an opportunity to find what people, experience and have benefited or not benefited from health and the health service and the NHS, but also to understand, when I'm looking at, say, research projects, what people feel around certain issues. So it's given me a better education, a better grasp to understand the needs of people, what people feel important within health and their well-being.
Thank you, Angela. And I think that's, what other people have said as well about a place to network. Mm-hmm. So how would you speak to people who were joining the forum about how it works and how it runs?
Well, the first and foremost thing is it's informal. You can feel relaxed. You don't feel that you're having an interview or that you've got to compete with people in terms of, medical knowledge or scientific knowledge or anything like that. But at the same time, you feel that what you have to say is valued and used. I mean, comments that I've made, comments that other people have made. I've seen reports where people have actually, put together comments and views of the public in, very, I would have thought were complicated papers, because people have had an opportunity to look at things and to put their point of view. I think the most important thing to stress is you don't feel odd. You don't feel that you're lacking in knowledge. You've got something to contribute, and it's welcomed.
Thank you so much, Angela. That was great. Is there anything else that you wanted to say?
I would encourage anybody and everybody to try and get themselves involved in this group. It's actually quite personally rewarding. I enjoy the company of the people. I mean, I know we're Zooming at the moment, but hopefully when that day comes when we can all meet, I'm really looking forward to that, because I actually feel it's quite an important part of my life now.
Oh, thank you, Angela. Hey, Alex, would you like to tell me a little bit about the organisation that you represent?
Yep. Hi, I'm Alex. I am the Raising Aspirations Senior Team Leader over at Salford Foundation. So my team works to raise the aspirations of young people all the way from primary up to college. We work doing things like careers, financial education, looks into the digital sector, all sorts of different things, working with young people really. And Salford Foundation as a whole, we work with both young people and adults, both targeted and in universal services, to hope to create better futures for people, both in Salford and around Greater Manchester.
Oh, thank you. So just wondered if you'd just talk a little bit about how you changed any of the way that you worked during the pandemic.
I think quite massively, in a way that we were very office-based before the pandemic, and obviously with lockdown, all of a sudden desktops swapped to laptops and we started working from home. And obviously this affected us as workers, but also so much the people that we work with as well. Particularly for my team, all our young people suddenly stopped doing things like GCSEs and kind of stopped doing their usual education, had to swap to doing things at home. And obviously for a lot of the adults and people we work with as well, particularly due to kind of digital pressures, a lot of them didn't really have a lot of digital things. So we've done quite a lot over the pandemic to really change the way that we work, and also create a lot of new projects as well. Digital Buddies is one that I think I've spoken to the forum about quite a lot. But we created Digital Buddies during lockdown to try and link some of our young people who didn't really have much to do with some older people in the community who needed a bit of help with either their technology, with digital, but also to help out with a bit of loneliness as well. And we also created our men's shed as well. So we've had a women's centre for many years at Salford Foundation, but always knew that we'd really wanted a separate project that really focused on men who were kind of trying to get back into work. So the shed was created and is booming at the minute as well.
Brilliant, thanks Alex. And then just kind of why you became a forum member, and anything about any of the benefits that you've seen to being part of the forum.
Brilliant. Yeah, I think it was you and Neela who invited me into the forum, and it's been wonderful being part of it. I think being able to be linked with other organisations who are like ours, or that have kind of got the same values, really helping us both create these projects and shape some of the projects that we do. I know some of the things I've sent through recently have been about a bit of insight onto our financial education that we've always run with older teenagers, but actually we've been looking to bring into primary school. So what do you think they should be learning about? So from our side of it, actually really gaining a lot of kind of information from you, but also getting our young people to be part of different things as well, rather than it just being the in-school stuff that my current team do, getting them to be things like the vaccine equity kind of program that they took part in as well. Is getting them a bit of a chance to see the outside world and linking them in with that community as well.
Oh, brilliant. Thank you so much, Alex. Hi, Celeste. Would you like to introduce yourself?
Hi, Anelia. Yes, I'd love to introduce myself. My name's Celeste Mackenzie, and I am the Community Engagement and Administrative Officer at Nurturing Foundations.
Brilliant. And would you like to tell us a little bit more about the focus of your organisation?
Yeah, I would love to. Nurturing Foundations is a registered charity based in Harperhay, North Manchester, which is a challenging area and actually is ranked as the second worst ward in England for the effect of long-term deprivation on children and families. Many have suffered adverse childhood experiences and most have very limited aspirations. We have a vision at Nurturing Foundations for the future where individuals, especially young people in Greater Manchester, have the aspirations, resilience, and the skills to flourish and the confidence to play an active role in civic life.
That sounds amazing. I was just wondering if you could just tell us a bit about how you changed the way that you worked during the pandemic.
Yeah, it did have an impact on how we worked. And we found that how we engaged with young people and their families changed. We ensured continuous engagement with our beneficiaries all through the pandemic by adapting our delivery methods and services, especially when the lockdown was enforced. The engagements were highly positive and greatly supported their mental health and well-being.
That sounds amazing. And I think it was during that time as well when we met and you joined the forum. Just wondered if you'd tell us a little bit about joining the forum and how you found it.
Yeah, so I believe I found out about the forum on another forum in the community for Cannes, and that's where I believe I met you, Neela. And it was very fascinating to hear the work of the forum, what you're doing with the organisation, how you're bringing organisations together to talk about the work that they're doing in the community. I believe that, you know, it's a really positive thing to do. I think that's the future for organisations. In order to promote the work of the charity was one of the main reasons that I joined Nurturing Foundations to the forum. It was also to build local networks and mutually benefit from the sharing of resources.
Brilliant. Thank you so much, Celeste.
I mean, actually, I would like to add, I feel that being a member of the forum does have tremendous benefits. I believe there are opportunities to promote the work and the projects that we deliver to raise awareness about the programs and services and gain information and resources to support the work of the charity.
Thank you.